while I take you down the poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. I remember you say Liberation Day, and I ask, you sure is that you wanna say? Cause it sounded so good to believe. And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted for the bling. But you trick us with campaign promises, we won't say at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Yellow, yellow, all the way is what everybody say. Cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no hello.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
Campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is.
And of course, it's always wonderful to be here with you on Talking Points.
Strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain.
Saying a special good night to those of you joining us via the various mediums.
So cherish what you have to diminish.
94.9 out there, yes, Renoise Radio in Brooklyn. A special good night to you all.
Yeah. So the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow. But boy, one song I sing, one bell I ring. If we didn't know, if we didn't.
Also, those of you joining us via YouTube and Facebook, yeah.
You trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain. But
saying a special good night to Zayla, Zoe, and Exalia.
They began with the blame game.
Joyce, good night to you.
Fame.
Let me see, and on Facebook, good night to you. Good night to you, Maudlin, John, Teresa, Choco, Davis, Landon, Claire, Lily, good night to you. Denise, McLean, let me see, Joan, that's another person here. Bernadette, good night to you. William Jakeem, good night. Miriam, good night to you. That's Miriam Steele. That's such a bridge. Some people are the same first name, so you understand. Teresa, good night. And Cleaver, Lynn, Leslie, Donna, Red Girl Pascal, good night. Jill, Williams, good night to you. Bev, Ruth Thomas, good night. Peter Lewis, good night. Laslin, Douglas, Junior, George, Marilyn Fletcher, Natisha, yeah, good night to you. Natalia, and Norman Noel, good night. Rodney Barry, Deanna Robney, Charmaine Ragbasing, Carol Celestine, Cicely Celestine, Sherry Noel, Wallan Akwat, Yolan Moraine, good night to you. Edlin David, and let me see, Meryl George. Meryl, I realize, yeah, I'll link you back. Yeah, I know the thing does go sometime. Yeah. Shamanda Gentle over on the YouTube. Good night to you. Jacinta Livingston, Alban Harris, Maria Noel Sky. Good night. Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Kathleen Ledlow, Vanessa Lalji, Christine Otley, Alcy Peter, Shajan John, Jenna Benjamin, Deborah Laborde, Cynthia Bartholomew, Anna Lewis, Sandra Pascal, and and Andrews, Veronica Lewis, Andrew Aviv, right? And Errol Bonaparte, Faith Flynn, Hallie Douglas, Baby Daddy, Miriam Samuel, Devin James, Michelle Alexander, Dolores Redhead, Gleason Clovey. Good night to you all. Janice Mitchell, Maud Martin, Good Life, Jerome Lewis, Mayana Julian, Hillary Joseph, Gavin Thomas, Gavin, hey bro, Jackie Raymond, Sherma Jeremiah, no Zela is listening there, Dennis Bain, Jenny Samuel, Kathleen Knights, Dominic Leroy, Lydia Isaac, Angie, Carl Jones, Edmund Calise, Eliza Bernard, Jacket Man, good night to you. Agnes Henry, Hermina Batiste, Jen, Claude Abraham, Gloria Francois, good night to you, Gloria. Chief Camahon, my brother. Londa Coy, good night to you, cuz. Hope you're having a wonderful night, Londa. Public Notice, Dominic Antoine, Wilfred Antoine, Phyllis Mitchell, Ron Julian, Gosville Macmillan, Candy Guy, Matthew Bowen, Raphael Williams, Harrow, I see you in the place, man. Right, Kim Creedland, Henry Shaitan, Lona Lolo Williams, Wendy Telesworth, Dolores Redhead, and Sean. Good night to all of you on the YouTube, all of you on the Facebook. Hope that you all are having an absolutely wonderful night tonight.
It's a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted for the blame.
So some folks are asking, let me just let me shift the microphone a little bit and let you all know, right? Yeah, they're here. So send your messages. Let me know. I know many of you have been asking about the talking points, t-shirts and so on. Yeah, no, we have different. Yeah, we have. Let me see if I could get another one here. Nursey, yeah, we letting them know one time, right? So you've got the green ones and you've got the black ones. Yeah, so you've got the black ones and you've got the blue ones. Yeah, so you've got them. So make sure, contact us. Let us know that you're looking forward to getting your talking points t-shirts for a small nominal fee. All right, good. Right, so wait now, put up the blue one. I just remember something there. Yeah, the blue one wouldn't show up. All you go see is talking points. Yes, indeed. And the phone lines are open though, 440-7377. That's 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. The phone lines are open, yeah? Nice, yeah. You cannot to pull back that there, Nazim on certain. We, Papa.
Balling, balling, balling. They can take it again. Oh Lord, put a hand. Save us from Nazim and Tillman. We down on we knees. Rescue us from NPC, please. And we balling, 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 balling. They can take it again. Say we made a mistake.
We've got a call online. Good night.
Ellen, please put me down for my jersey, please. And I want a green jersey, Miss Livingston.
Message me now. So message me.
And a medium. I think it's a medium. A medium.
I'll organize you, my day.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just yeah, folks. Just send me a little message and thing. And I go organize all little suit and thing, you understand? Yeah, I go organize all little suit. Nice, yeah. And don't worry, we ain't in your hard with it. We understand the economic situation that prevails our country. And therefore, a small donation of $40. Yeah, you can, if you want to put a little 50, if you want to put 50, 60, 70, if you want to put 200, it's up to you. But $40, all right, for the t-shirts, right? So we do have the t-shirts. They are in hand. And special thank you to Mr. Nimrod Oliver. Yeah, my good brother. Nimrod does never leave me undone. My good brother Nimrod Oliver, as well as Nurse Wendy Ann Maguire. My Nursey, I can't do without my Nursey. Nursey does handle us. Yeah, Nursey's the boss. Nursey does handle. All right, so a special thank you to both of them. Yeah, that made this possible, that we have the t-shirts. So you can give us a call and we go organize you. You understand? Yeah, we go organize you. Don't worry your head. We go organize you. Nice? Good. Let me just make sure I had this here. Right. I'm just making sure I had the thing here.
Oh Lord, put a hand. Save us from Nazim and Tillman. We down on we knees. Rescue us from NPC, please. Balling, 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 balling. They can take it again.
And we have a call online. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
I'm calling to tell you, my DNA is greener.
Okay, my dear.
And let me tell you, I'm in my 70s, quite up. So when you talk about to put up thing on the TV, I'm watching you on the TV now.
Oh, lovely.
But I don't know how to do it to put on the lights and kind of thing. I don't know how to do that.
Don't we go send somebody to handle that for you.
No, where you think I am in the country, you know?
That is nothing.
Quite up in Hermitage.
We have the amount of people I know in Hermitage.
Oh, you know people?
Real people too? I must be able to send somebody over to handle it for you.
Well, all right.
All right, my dear. I'm going to make note of your number and I'll ensure that somebody comes over to assist you.
All right.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
All right, great. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we ain't getting into the conversation yet. Yeah, we're getting into the conversation in a little bit. Yeah, just letting the numbers build up. You see my partner? Yeah, he's showing off his t-shirt already, you know. My partner makes sure that he t-shirt. And the man have one in each. Nimrod Oliver, special good night to you, bro. Hope that you're having a fabulous night tonight. Yeah, Nimrod Oliver, make sure you have t-shirts organized and I tell you, Nimrod does never leave me undone. He makes sure you had the thing organized properly. 4407377. Yeah, it was actually Nurse McGuire's ideas. I know I've given Jacket and Joan she blows, right? Yeah, Nurse McGuire's idea. And so, yeah, making sure and let people know that's her idea. She'd have organized and everything to make sure that this could be done along with my good brother, Nimrod Oliver. So, folks, you can send us a message. You don't necessarily need to call and tell me, but you could send a message. Let me know the size and so on, and we go organize to suit from there. We've got a call online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Camille Teresa Scott.
That's my full name.
Yes, indeed. How are you doing?
And good night, Patty and Matthew. Good night.
All right.
Mr. Watt and everybody who's listening. Miss Teresa in Canada. Good night too. And my Jamaican friend in Brooklyn. Good night. Sheldon, I want a green, eh?
Of course, I'll handle you.
I want a 2X.
Okay.
I don't like things tighten me at 2X. $40 I'm going to pay for it. Make sure I get it for the weekend.
You're going to have it before then?
Right. You will drop it for me tomorrow, please, Lord. I will hustle me water and pay for me just.
Yes, my dear.
Anyhow, good night to everybody. I lie down. Okay?
All right, my dear.
Yes, I don't have much credit, so I don't have to stay long. Good
Okay,
night.
all right, no problem.
I'm green at 2X.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right. 4407377. That's 4407377. And yeah, folks, I realized that the issue that was brought up in relation to the oil and gas. Now, just remember, it has become increasingly difficult. And I try to listen as much as possible because I want to be able to bring to you the information here on this program in relation to what the government is saying and the truth. Because what the government is saying is one thing, and the truth, when it comes to this government, tends to be something that's totally different to what they are saying. Yeah? So when it comes to the oil and gas issue, I realize that there's been quite a lot of people speaking out there in relation to that particular issue. Even the issue that we raised night before in relation to the issue of that the water, that toxic nuclear waste. Yeah, they can say it's water, but it's toxic nuclear waste that the Japanese are intending to disperse in the Caribbean waters. So they're leaving Japan. Now, Japan is the other side of the earth to where the Caribbean is. But they want to leave there and come over here to disperse their water, to throw the toxic water. I don't know what's wrong with Japan waters that they can't do it in their own waters. If they can't find a place in their own territory to be able to disperse of this. But there is a proposal before the government of Grenada, as well as the other governments in the Caribbean, by the Japanese to allow them to be able to drop this water, to let it go, disperse it, drop it off, release it in the Caribbean Sea. Yeah? I've said clearly that I believe that the government of Grenada needs to say to the Grenadian people clearly what their position is on that issue. Even today, during a press conference, the Prime Minister was asked that question, and we're going to get deeper into that press conference, not tonight, but tomorrow night. But let me let you hear what the Prime Minister had to say when asked a question in relation to that issue. Now, and let me clarify what the issue is here. There is the pre-COP meeting, the pre-meeting before the climate resilience conference that's going to be taking place in Dubai. Prior to that meeting, there's a meeting taking place here in Grenada where the region is going to come together and decide their positions in relation to various things. The Japanese government have used this opportunity to petition Caribbean governments to allow them to dump their nuclear waste in the Caribbean. Yeah? The waters. The same waters that sailors from all over the world marvel at. The nice blue, aqua green waters of the Caribbean. Blue, aqua green, according to where you're going. How it does look. Right. They want to be able to drop their nuclear waste over here, so. Right? So they've asked Caribbean governments to give them the permission to do that. Right? We are asking for the government of Grenada to clarify before that summit, clarify Grenada's position in relation to that issue. We're not going to leave it up to chance. We've seen what happened when it comes to the Kawana Bay issue. When you expect that common sense would be done, when you expect that they would do something in the interests of the Grenadian people, and instead they did something in what they may have perceived as their own political interests and not in the interest of Grenada, where they may have done something that may even be perceived by the Grenadian people as a fair comment in their own individual personal interest, but not in the interest of the Grenadian people. Yeah? I know some of them worried when I say things like that. They say, boy, they go sue you, they go think, yeah, that ain't nothing. I was in court today, I could go to court tomorrow. That's nothing. Right? So, as such, we need clarification from the government of Grenada on Grenada's stance on this issue. It ought not to be something that is a problem for our government to answer us on. But yet still, let's hear what the Prime Minister had to say today in relation to this issue.
But my other question has to do, can the Prime Minister tell us what will be the meeting coming up Thursday and Friday with the seeds? One of the agenda items is this discussion with Japan and throwing treated waste into the ocean. Can you tell us what is Grenada's position with regard to Japan's decision to put treated waste in the ocean, please?
Okay. Well, I'll respond. I think at this stage, this press conference is specific to the regularization process. So the pre-COP meeting is a meeting of CARICOM heads of government to discuss, in a sense, all things climate related. It's 2 days. I'll be down there tomorrow, so we'll have ample time to address that question tomorrow. Or Friday. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So let me let you hear again. Why? I mean, you asked the question. There is a forum. There is an open mic. The nation is listening. You have the opportunity to just say, yo, them people and them are the wheel and come again. In fact, don't even bother to come again. Wheel and wheel right out. Don't bother to come again. Right? We are not allowing them to dump that. We will not even give any type of sort of consideration ever for them to dump that waste in our waters. Instead of that, again, listen to what the Prime Minister said today.
But my other question has to do, can the Prime Minister tell us what will be the meeting coming up Thursday and Friday with the seeds? One of the agenda items is this discussion with Japan and throwing treated waste into the ocean. Can you tell us what is Grenada's position with regard to Japan's decision to put treated waste in the ocean, please?
Okay.
Well,
I'll respond. I think at this stage, this press conference is specific to the regularization process. So the pre-COP meeting is a meeting of CARICOM heads of government to discuss, in a sense, all things climate related. It's 2 days. I'll be down there tomorrow, so we'll have ample time to address that question tomorrow. Or Friday. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Again, an answer like that makes me even more worried. As the Prime Minister of Grenada, you're asked a question in relation to an issue that's causing consternation among the Grenadian people. It is causing considerable concern amongst Grenadians at home and abroad, and even amongst other people within the Caribbean region. It would be simple to simply say, we will not consider, we will not allow, in no way in hell will we allow these people to come with their nuclear waste and dump it in the Caribbean. That's all you had to say. Why does it have to be a situation that you have a meeting tomorrow and you go discuss tomorrow? That gets us more worried. We have a caller online.
Yes, Sheldon. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I just want to yes, sir, I spoke about the Japanese and one with the waste in Grenada. And you share a little tape there based on what the Prime Minister statement that he make.
Today he made that statement, and I'm saying it was easy for him. He had the opportunity, he had the forum, he was asked the question. The press secretary, you can hear, was trying to stop him, was trying to stop Linda Straker from asking that question. And the Prime Minister kind of pushed his hand towards her as in, you chill out, you know what you're doing. I go answer. And he answered the question. Yeah, but he did not answer the question. In fact, he responded, but he didn't answer the question. Let me put it like that. He responded, but he did not answer the question. How it's so hard to say he ain't going to allow it? Is he giving consideration to this?
Yeah, but anything the Prime Minister say, I don't believe it. Because he has constant lying. And he will continue to lie. All right? And he think that we Grenadians are fools. So he go lie give us and collect money as usual under the counter. And just lie give us and tell us, well, that not true. But he know definitely what he's doing.
Let me clarify.
I know definitely.
Hello, hold on.
Hello.
No,
yeah.
let me protect me and protect the program. We ain't know about the Prime Minister collecting any money under the counter. We have heard allegations in relation to Kimpton that they funded the election campaign of the NDC. But we have to be careful with the statements we make, because there are people with their knives drawn willing to draw our blood. So we know nothing about him collecting money under the counter, but there's the possibility that he has done so.
But listen to me. It's time enough for we to sit down and people in Grenada now to come out and expose the Prime Minister, because we cannot believe him. He's lying too much. Everything the man talk is lying. Only lying. I don't understand this man. Anyway, have a good evening.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. Yeah, and this is the thing. What is so hard to come out and say, we ain't doing it, we're not accepting it, let these people go back where they come out. Don't even try to send the boat over, don't even consider it. It is disrespectful to even ask us to consider such a thing. What is so hard to do, to actually do that? Why is it so hard? Instead of that, you're hearing, listen to the Prime Minister again. Listen to him again in relation to this issue.
But my other question has to do, can the Prime Minister tell us what will be the meeting coming up Thursday and Friday with the seeds? One of the agenda items is this discussion with Japan and throwing treated waste into the ocean. Can you tell us what is Grenada's position with regard to Japan's decision to put treated waste in the ocean, please?
Okay.
I'll respond. I think at this stage, this press conference is specific to the regularization process. So the pre-COP meeting is a meeting will carry from heads of government to discuss, in a sense, all things climate related. It's 2 days. I'll be down there tomorrow, so we'll have ample time to address that question tomorrow.
We have a caller. We have a caller on our line. Good night. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
All right, you go right ahead. Your life.
I have noticed something lately, Sheldon. I don't know if I'm following the news too often. I realize the Prime Minister is on the ground very chatty nowadays, and he's given a lot of interviews and press conferences. Mm-hmm. He was absent for a couple of weeks ago when a certain investigation was going on, but now he's on the ground. I find that rather strange. I could be paranoid, I could be looking at things diabolically, but I find that kind of strange. Secondly, listening to the Prime Minister in his utterances yesterday, and I'm talking about the throne speech and such, and what I've been hearing, what been happening. People need to realize that when the Governor General, who is the head of state, gives the throne speech, and you could hear me out here, Sheldon, she actually gives the throne speech based on what her government gave her, and the Prime Minister, well, the government, basically.
She is simply.
Am I going right so far?
I think I went over that last night. But while the Governor General reads the speech, she has nothing past that to do with it. She does not write it. It is handed to her. If you look at the tape, you'd realize that the Prime Minister hands a speech to the Governor General for her to read it. read. It's not a speech by the Governor General. So it's a speech. It's a speech representative of what the NDC administration is going to do. Because remember, the government is formed in the name of His Majesty. His Majesty's representative in Grenada is Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, the Governor General of Grenada. So the government is formed in His Majesty's name, His Majesty's government. So when she's speaking and she says, my government, it is because she's representing His Majesty. If for instance, if King Charles were here in Grenada for the opening of Parliament, the Governor General would not read the speech. He would be the one reading the speech.
Right, Shalon, I know all that. That was not needed to explain to me. But what I'm hearing, what I'm getting at, is that people who do not understand, because we need to teach, I mean, we need to expound more on these little things. We need to have some civics class, because trust me, when I hear people calling radio programs and saying, and using the words, they are rather surprised at the Governor General.
Oh, please.
I wasn't a boss going to work. And I was like, my God, you people are so, I want to use the word, but are using the dominant? Like, really?
No, it's not. No, let's not call. Listen, if a person says that,
come on, man.
It's not because the person is dumb. It's because the person just does not understand. They don't know, and we can't call them dumb because of that. I'd say that the person lacks an understanding in relation to the process. All right. So it's not that the person is dumb. They just lack understanding.
The reason why I will conclude that, and that's my opinion, the reason why I will conclude that is people that put themselves in political discussions and try to defend a party, and yet they say certain things like this. I'm amazed at this thing. Come on, man. This is the 11th session of Parliament. How many years, how many prime ministers we have, how many openings of Parliament we had? You're supposed to know these things. People of age, 50 years and over, should know better. Don't come and tell me because of last year, you know, so they watch Parliament, and because NDC and this new prime minister, you know, so what budget. Come on, what you been doing for all the years? Like, really, you're of age. We go to 50 years of independence. You telling me you of that age, and you still don't know what the ceremony does be like, what does take place, what's the procedure? Come on, we are at a stage right now that this level of negligence and not knowing is unacceptable. There's internet, there's Facebook, there's WhatsApp, there's every living thing at your fingertips. To be known, stop spreading propaganda and innuendos of stupidity, because this, to me right now, Charlotte, I have no tolerance for stupidity and nonsense like this. I'm getting fed up of it. Serious. We are in a culture right now. Everybody has some way of knowing the truth and the facts. And what I heard about this oil and gas thing, and you just imagine this technical committee that is set up with former Minister of Finance, Nazenbuk, it's a laugh to me, because Jesus Christ, man, where we going next? Shalom talking points, have a good night. But my color is black, and I went this Saturday morning to torment somebody.
You're link me. All right, brother. I hope I have enough. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yeah, the problem that I'm having here is that this government has been known to be very distant from the truth. There are several instances of this government being very, very, some people say liberal with the truth. Yeah, because I have to ask questions, I have to ask questions about what is going on within the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. What is going on within that ministry? I'm hearing that PS going out, new PS coming in. I realize several people, in fact, the core of people who were originally drafted in to create that ministry, with the exception of the minister, I realized nearly every one of them gone. Yeah, who resigned in March and who resigned last week and all sort of thing from within that ministry. And these are people who were in the NDC campaign and different things like that and were brought in, and they're gone. What is the reasoning behind that? Why is that happening within that particular ministry? Because you see, they try to give you the impression that it's some sort of super ministry and yeah, all this kind of nonsense. They keep trying to tell you in relation to that ministry, and I'm asking, why are the people leaving that particular ministry? Why are they resigning and leaving that ministry? So there are some things taking place within that ministry, and I hope that within this new session of Parliament, that at least the questions that shall be asked in relation to that ministry, who are the staff and who were the staff, who you had before and who you have now, the salaries and so on, the roles that these individuals are playing, and so that all of this will be put forward. Yeah? Because I heard, laughable as well, that this government was speaking about, what they called it again? They spoke about the issue of freedom of information. The NDC administration. The NDC administration make all the staff in the Government Information Service sign a NDA. You know it's an NDA? A non-disclosure agreement. In other words, the people within that ministry had to sign a document saying that they would not provide information out there in relation to the happenings of government. The Government Information Service. So the people who are supposed to supply information to me and you about what is happening with government, they make them sign that they can't say anything about what is going on with government. And the same has taken place throughout the public service and even in statutory bodies. They have been making people sign documents that they can't pass out any information and they can't give information in relation to what is happening in ministries and has happened in ministries and so. And the same people are now talking about freedom of information. The same people that former Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, sent various questions to between last year and this year, and they continually refuse to answer it, are now speaking about freedom of information. He asked them, one of the questions Dr. Mitchell asked them, who has traveled, where they went to, what was the size of the delegations going to these conferences and so on, what was the role of the people, because I don't want somebody go there, because I realized looking at a picture from the United Nations over the weekend, why is the Prime Minister bringing a secretary with him? Why is the Prime Minister having to bring and pay for his secretary to come? Is that being paid from his own pocket? Or is it being paid from the public purse? What is the necessity to carry? Because it's not only you're paying for the ticket, you know. You're paying for the ticket. You have to pay for the hotel. You have to give them per diem. In other words, spending money for the period of time that they're there. There are various things that are included in that. So it's not a situation. Why you have to carry a secretary with you when you're going? Your secretary don't have work to do here. Your executive secretary or whatever they call her. So you don't have work for them to do here? These massive delegations, I hearing about one size of delegation to go Dubai right now. Don't be surprised if they carry down to cameraman there as well again. Don't be surprised. Press secretary going, executive secretary going, prime minister going, this one going, that one going. Nonsense. So Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, since last year, has been asking for detailed inventory of all these people. I heard the Minister of Finance lying to the Grenadian people about how that information is difficult to find, when he and I know, and anyone who is at a certain level within the public service know, that all of that information can be gathered quite easily. In fact, within a morning, you could collate all that information and put it together, because it is all digital. And it's not a case that they are coming in and make it and put it digital, you know. It was digitized. The system was digitized during the time of the New National Party. So it is not a case where a ministry has to go now, pull a booklet, go through the booklet and say, well, this person traveled and that was what was spent and that person traveled. No, everything is online. Smart Stream is the name of the system. And there's a particular code that's used for when a person is traveling. Be they a minister or a permanent secretary or a project officer or whoever they are, there's a particular code that's used for that. So if you enter that code throughout the system, you can pull all the information in minutes for a particular ministry. In fact, not even minutes. Seconds is one code and like that, you get it. But the Minister of Finance came and lied to the Grenadian people saying it's a difficult. It's not difficult. He lied because he knows better. If he did not know better, I would say that he's misinformed. But Mr. Dennis Cornwall lied to the Grenadian people because he knows. You can't be the Minister of Finance and not know Smart Stream and understand how Smart Stream operates. So, and if you don't know, ask your brother, because your brother is the permanent secretary. Ask your brother. If he don't know, your brother know. And if two of them don't know, there are other officers within the Ministry of Finance that definitely know. So there is absolutely no excuse in relation to that particular issue. Yeah? But they refuse to provide that information. Now they're coming and talk about, freedom of information, and we're going to be bringing legislation. And you see Tillman Thomas continually to embarrass himself. Mr. Tillman Thomas, just stay home and go and tie your goat out or some kind of thing. Stay out of this thing, because you're really making sense. Yeah? About, you're so glad to see thing about freedom of information. Your government, your same set of people there that you are mentoring are the same set of people refusing to answer questions in Parliament right now. When they were asked the question by Leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, former Prime Minister, when they were asked the question about all of the people that they have hired since coming into office, where these people are working and the salaries, they refuse to answer. The same people are talking now about freedom of information. The same people. They ain't answering. But they're talking about freedom of information. Remember, it's the same people that passed the law earlier this year in relation, I'm trying to remember, in relation to information and so on. These are the same people. The same people. You understand the hypocrisy? Because they're saying one, but it doesn't gel with their actions. So while they speak about freedom of information, they have not enforced. You don't need an act to answer questions in Parliament, so you need an act to tell you that you have to answer questions in Parliament. Since Gary days, the GNP used to put questions in Parliament, and so Eric Matthew Gary had to answer. Since Gary days. So you're telling me no, you need a law to be put in place to do the same thing that has been done since independence? Come on, man. Well, even before independence. So I'm not against the Freedom of Information Act, I embrace it. I'm glad for it. But it's being done by a group of people that while it would be law, they won't follow it because we know they break the law, innit? We know they're accustomed to breaking the law. Well, you expect one of them to sue me because I said that? Sue me. I could prove what I'm saying, Yes, so they're accustomed to breaking the law. So we understand that. Yeah? 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program here. This microphone ain't behaving tonight. It keeps springing up. And also, I'm getting some information that some of the members of staff at the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, the NIS, contrary to law, has not been paid. Let me repeat that again. Staff, either former or present, at the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, their NIS payments have not been paid. Some of them are being told that they were on service for contract and therefore they have to pay their own NIS. Remember, this is the same people that saying it illegal. Yeah, the same Prime Minister and them. Yeah. But within the MIT ministry right now, you have people that are being told, well, you are on a contract for service, so you have to pay your NIS on your own. Government ain't going to pay NIS for you, that kind of thing. And in one or two instances, I think it's a case where people had their NIS deducted and wasn't forwarded to NIS, all kind of weird thing. Yeah? But again, yeah, to say freedom of information, you want to know about that. They've been speaking about all sorts of things and people still waiting, You realize they do the throne speech. You heard anything significant in relation to the issue of the legalization of cannabis? Yeah, you heard anything? The New National Party was speaking about decriminalization. The NDC came and said, we will legalize. So it is now heading into October in a few days. Yeah? And they are not saying anything in relation to that particular issue. I know they have some committee with some brothers and different people on it and all kind of thing, right? I know they have a committee. Are you hearing any updates in relation to that? We are in the month of October. And within this month, we're also not hearing anything further about the Marketing and National Importing Board. Have you heard within the throne speech? Now you heard the supplementary being brought to Parliament before it was closed, where they asked for over $100 million. Yeah? Nowhere within there were there any provisions for any public partnership to reopen the Marketing and National Importing Board. In fact, Marketing and National Importing Board was not mentioned at all. Right? Now you've heard the throne speech. Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about the Marketing and National Importing Board and what will be done for the Marketing and National Importing Board and so on, and what would take place? Because we heard that they're going to repeal the law in relation to Marketing and National Importing Board, and then you're going to have a new entity being made and all that sort of thing. But right now, we're still waiting. Yeah? We are still waiting to hear what is going to be taking place with the Marketing and National Importing Board. No information is forthcoming. Yeah? And as I mentioned last night, because some people ain't too clear on this, let me just say it again. When the government of Grenada established diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China in 2005, that was after Hurricane Ivan in the year 2005, part of what the Chinese government gave to the people of Grenada as a gift were 2,000 low-income homes. I don't have the exact figure right now, but we have not yet received the 2,000 homes. We received the first tranche. You received the first set. You received the second set that this government dilly-dallying on. Meanwhile, you have NDC supporters walking around St. David say they get their phone call in relation to the apartment in Corinth. They get their phone call that they get in the apartment this week or next week. But we'll come back to that. There is also supposed to be a third phase to this program. You hear the government speaking about 500 houses. Those are houses that they're going to get companies to come in here and build either on your land or other place and things like that. They're not speaking about the final set of houses that the people of Grenada ought to be getting from the Chinese. So when they give out this set, who don't get, you know? Let me say it again. When they give out this set, who don't get. And part of the strategy is those who are in houses right now, be it in Mount Gay or Sobeys or wherever, that they have the opportunity and they find they could use an excuse and get rid of them from inside of the house, that they will do that and provide the opportunity for some of the people that are out there waiting, necessarily their supporters. They ain't doing that for people unless they know he is one of the supporters, and get them into those apartments instead. Right? But there has to be a third phase. No one has asked the Minister of Housing about that third phase. Or if this government has decided to forego that. If they've decided we don't want no more houses from the Chinese, we ain't interested in anymore. Everybody in Grenada have houses. We have not heard a single word from this government in relation to phase 3 of the low-income Chinese-built houses. If you don't like how they built phase 1, you have a problem with how they do phase 2, then you have an opportunity in phase 3 to correct that. Yeah, but you don't just decide you're not doing it and you're giving it up. So there ought to be a phase 3. So I'm very interested in hearing what is the status with phase 3, when it will be starting, where it will be starting, yeah? And if any changes from phase 1, phase 2 up to phase 3, what are the changes that will be taking place in relation to those Chinese low-income houses? Yeah? It's very, very important that we know exactly what is taking place with those. As well, as you heard and I heard, the chairman of the board of directors of the Housing Authority of Grenada, as well as the Minister of Housing, Mr. Philip Telesford, saying to the Grenadian people 2 weeks ago that there will be a press conference this week in relation to those houses. Today is Wednesday. We haven't heard anything yet. You know what they're trying to do again? Stick it on a Friday, a dead news day, in the middle of the COP meeting with the heads of government and so on here, to stick it down there, so that people don't know. So, yeah, they're giving out the houses, blah, 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 but we focus elsewhere. So right now, they're trying to pull our focus on all kind of things. So you focus on oil and gas, you focus on this, you focus on that. And meanwhile, they promise, so I'm putting on notice, the chairman of the board of the Housing Authority of Grenada, you made a promise to the Grenadian people that by the 29th of September, there would be a press conference that outlines what is taking place with the low-income houses built by the People's Republic of China for the people of Grenada. We're referring specifically here to the houses presently unoccupied, but we hear all it. We hear anything. Go ahead, Papa. For Bouchejou, yeah, those in Bouchejou, Corinth, in Carriacou, in Dumfries in Carriacou, and also in St. Mark and St. Patrick. I'm trying to remember, I think it's a villa in St. Patrick and Red Mud in St. Mark. So we're hearing that there will be, you said you would do some press conference right now. On the ground itself, I'm hearing from those NDC people who signed up. And some of these people, let me just clarify, some of these people are not people that signed up before. They didn't sign up for no house in Corinth before. They did not sign up for any house in Corinth before. When the NDC won election, they reopened the process, and these are people that just signed up for those houses. And they have been given preference, as far as I'm seeing, over people that have been signed up since them houses was building. Since the process was open for people to sign up. Some people who signed up in phase 1 and didn't get through in phase 1 and were hoping that they could get through in phase 2. So they didn't get through in phase 1, they didn't get through in phase 2. And now it seems as though it's highly unlikely that they would get through in phase 3. Yeah? Yet still, people who did not sign up at all have now signed up when the process was reopened last year, and they're already getting phone calls. I'm telling all you what here. They're already getting phone calls saying that, hey, you're getting your house, the thing happening this week, you won't get your letter and so on. You're getting your apartment, you won't get a call, you'll get your documents and so this week, but don't worry, you're safe. Yeah? So we need to know exactly what is taking place with that. I mean, it's not that I didn't expect that kind of thing to take place, but I'm telling you what I'm hearing. Nice. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside.
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop.
Can't say that I did hear anything in the throne speech about MNIB. I'd have to listen again, yeah?
And the pillars strong.
Somebody's telling me there was something in there about MNIB.
The house solid and the pillars strong.
I'll read it again and I'll listen to it.
Take a good look around.
A couple of the listeners are saying that yes, there was a statement in relation to the Marketing and National Importing Board. So I'll listen over the speech and see exactly what they're saying. Because remember, Marketing Board was supposed to be dissolved and reopened around now. Right? No provision financially was made in the last budget for that. Nor was it made in the supplementary that came up. And we have not been hearing anything. So if they said something in the throne speech, good.
Yes. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
As I say, die nothing, ain't it? Yeah? Right, and somebody's correcting me. They said the houses are in Diamond in St. Mark. I don't know why I thought it was Red Mud, because there was an area there that was being looked at. So it's in Diamond in St. Mark, right?
Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
We've got a call online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon. Scott, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing
I
tonight?
called him back, man. I called him back. Sheldon, I want you to... I don't know if you heard that clip where they played that clip where they can say how he have oil and gas.
Where he said that there is oil and gas?
Yeah, where he said it. I listened that from Real FM.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard the clip.
No, I don't.
He speak and said that he had oil and gas. And to say no that he can't find the document and stuff like that.
No, hold on. Let's clarify here what is being said.
Mm-hmm.
At no time did I hear the Prime Minister say that there is no oil and gas. We're speaking of two different things here.
No, listen, I'm not talking about that. I'm not saying he's oil and gas. But some people on my workplace telling me he never said so. So I want the clip to be played if you have the clip.
No, I don't have it, but I could
play it for them because I play a lot of stuff for them today.
I can lay my hands on it, but I don't have it right now.
Well, when you get it, you know my number.
Okay.
Send it for me, please. I need it because I have my own NMP meeting and my job. Can't piss me down because I don't.
All right,
Crookie
brother.
could tell you about me. Crookie could tell you, Mr. Cookshan. I want to say good night to me and his dear wife. He could tell you about me. I don't easy.
Okay,
today,
bro.
The supervisor call me, Mike Duncan. I said, super, I have to deal with them because they're lying too much. Stop lying for the Grenadian people and speak the truth. We want to know the truth. And when we get information and we give her the truth, he does hurt. If the man want to fight me today, I say, well, come. I don't fight him with fists, you know. I fight him with words. Because they don't have facts. They're only talking from what they hear from somebody say. But we have clips playing to prove that we have facts. And it's time for Deacon to stop lying for Grenadian people and speak the truth. And if you can't make it in the country, you can't run the country, leave it and give us Dr. Mitchell. We go see about it. We know how to fix it. We fix it from in Ivan. We fix it in MLE. We fix it in the COVID-19. Because we know how to fix it. Out. They're going abroad, they're going abroad, they're doing all type of thing abroad. They come back with $1. And they come back with a set of lie. But don't worry, boss. They're coming. Not long enough. A big man in the party tell me today, they live in fast. They're running. Hold on. It's time. Men to go, man.
Okay,
I'm not ready for the country yet. Let me just come to full their pocket and just better themselves and their family. They care about people. As I tell a man today, if they can't care about people, he says, okay, Kid Mitchell giving 450, the IMF say, well, give 600. Why you don't give the 600? You take out 150 from the poor people money, making them see trouble. I understand there's a young man, the Dr. Mitchell give him 150 with an old lady. This young man going to school. And because the young man, they perceive them as NNP, they take back the 150 from the young man and his family. From the old lady. Let's go take this man and them. Of course, go take this man. They do evil to doing popular this kind of thing on them. And they'll pay for it. A long road from Magago. Don't worry. I'm coming.
All right, my bro.
Good night.
All right, thanks. Yes, indeed. What's the matter? What? Kemisha, come back inside here. Move! Huh. Yeah, right. Yeah. Kemisha, see the t-shirt, they get the light t-shirt, so they come in one time. Yeah. Right, 440. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, I want to announce a meeting coming up next Thursday. It's Parliamentary Dr. Kit Mitchell. We'll be having a meeting at the Mount Morris Primary School. Meeting will be starting at 6 p.m. in the evening. So you're asking the villager in Mount Morris to come out and to listen to the meeting, listen to what the parliamentary has to say about the situation that is going on in the country. So, Sheldon, that's all that I have to say tonight.
All right, great. No problem. Thank you. All right, 440-7377. Let's see what they had to say here.
Grenada is in boundary with Venezuela. And Trinidad have oil. And Trinidad is in in boundary with Grenada. So I believe that we have oil. I really believe. So, so my question to you, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, do you have any plan to correspond with the government of Venezuela to establish an agreement to determine the marine boundary between Venezuela and Grenada as concern oil and gas in those waters? No. Second question.
Well, I should answer that first one, yes. But I will go further and say there is clear evidence that oil and gas, the extent of it which we don't know, have in fact been discovered in the territorial waters of Grenada. And I've said that those resources belong to the people of Petit Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. And an NDC administration intends to find out what has been done with those resources. So categorically, yes, we intend.
Now, what I'm going to say here is I think that some people are falling into the same trap that the Grenada Broadcasting Network fell into. At no time did the Prime Minister say that there is no oil and gas. He is claiming, and falsely so, that they can't find the documentation in relation to that. Now, they have met today, and I'm very interested in hearing how that meeting went. They met today with the representatives of GPG. Now, these are the people that were doing the actual wells, that had the wells being dug and this sort of thing, and were doing the seismic studies and doing the testing of what was found to find out if it's at a quality or a quantity that is usable. Yeah? Because you won't want to go and spend $6 million to drill a well to make $4 million. No businessman that crazy. Yeah? And unlike what someone was trying to tell me today, that once you drill a well, you have oil forever. That's absolute nonsense. Yeah? Oil deposits, they have certain amounts in the particular area that you dig. You might spend a couple $1 million. It's a hit and miss situation. And you may drill a particular area, you find oil, but it's the quantity that you find. Are you willing to spend the amount of money that's necessary to withdraw what you have there, knowing full well that you won't even make back the money that you spent on exploration? Right? So that has to be understood. So the Prime Minister wasn't saying that there is no oil, and in fact, several times I listened to what he said, and he was saying that, look, he is, in fact, let me play what he said. I think I have it somewhere here.
Right, so the committee was constituted by Cabinet. It includes Mr. Nazim Book, who's a former finance minister and minister for energy, so he's going to be the chair. We also have a number of other distinguished Canadians who are on the committee. Mr. Richard Duncan, former accountant general, former chief executive officer of Grenada Cooperative Bank, and he's now an advisor to the government in the Ministry for Finance. We also have Mr. Raymond Nuss. Mr. Raymond Nuss is a Grenadian in the diaspora, specifically in Germany. He is a renowned journalist, so he's also on the committee. Mr. Rodney George is a professional. He is currently chair of Grenada as well as chair of GIBC. He is also an advisor to the government in the Ministry for Infrastructure as well as renewable energy. So someone to brings us the general, and that's the current evaluation. The committee also includes has representatives from the space as well as from social society. The committee was set up because as the transmission information for anybody pertaining to Grenada's oil and gas. There's one left and so left on essential with some pieces of information from the resource. We are committed to ensure that we fully explore the system and we can to the public as to where. So this work. In fact, we have a schedule for tomorrow. with the representatives of GPG as an initial start. So after that meeting, it will give us an opportunity to assess, assuming there's a frank and productive meeting to assess where we are, and then report back to the initial.
So you all noticed that he said that this morning's meeting was the initial meeting. So here it is. You have the people that have been doing the actual work, right? They've been actually doing the wells and so on. They've been doing the digging. They have the information, the seismic study and so on that they would share with the government of Grenada. You come to the Grenadian people and you say you can't find no documents, trying to give the impression now that the New National Party MPs and so on took all the documents and they go with it. So they leave nothing there for you to be able to backtrack and say that, look, this is the seismic study, this is the chemical tests and so on what has been found, these are the topography studies and so on. None of that. You're trying to say that none of that is there. But yet still, you're saying that the initial meeting with the people that have all that information in the first place took place today. You didn't just come into office day before, you know. They came into office close to 400 days ago. But they're only going to meet with these people on the issue that they claim is so important. But you realize they're trying to distract as well from Kimpton by Corona, where they give somebody 22 million US who paid 18 million EC for a property and thing, right? They're trying to dissuade, but we ain't sticking, we ain't forgetting that. We will be back on that issue. Yeah? We are leaving it alone. Right? They want you to not listen to what's taking place with Japan and that chemical and thing. They want to come and dump in water. No. Yeah, so throw this one out. NNP take documents and go. Use this as the toe in the door to stop the door from closing, to come and search former minister's house and say, you know, like what they did to President Trump, to come and say, oh, all they take all the documents and go with it and all they shouldn't go with the documents and all them kind of thing. So the initial, let me hear him again. Let's hear what he said.
With the representatives of GPG as an initial start. So
as an initial start. So it's the first meeting, eh? Yeah, but yet still you're coming to tell people you can't find documents, you can't find this, but you're just going and meet the day after you're saying that is when you go in and meet with some of the people that most likely have documents that you're looking for, eh? But you just want to make Dr. Mitchell and Mr. Gregory Bowen and the NNP look bad. So yeah, when you could find television footage, you can find online numerous stories in relation to various aspects of what has been done over the years. And we're speaking about during the time before the last NDC, during the period of the last NDC. Ask Mr. Nazimburg, who was the person that was in charge of that particular process here, and ask him if they have any kind of relation to him family-wise, right? And then after that there were several bits and pieces of information that was released in relation to this issue. But yet still they're saying they don't have. But anyway, let's go to the phone line. Hello.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
I just had to call back.
No problem.
The thing you playing there, you can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear it?
Set a noise.
I wonder why.
I don't know if you could, but I'm not hearing nothing. The auto making a set a noise.
Okay, I'm seeing a message saying the same thing here.
So we're not hearing. We're not hearing.
I wonder why.
Sir.
Okay, let me see if I can play it again. All right, thanks. Yeah, so let me see. Let me see if I can play that again and see if it would come through clearly this time.
Right, so the committee is constituted by the cabinet. It includes Mr. Nazaruk, who's a former finance minister and Mr. Kanaji, so he's going to be the chair. We also have a lot of other distinguished members who are on the committee. Mr. Chibago, former accountant general, former chief executive of the cooperative bank, to the Ministry for Finance. Mr. Roberts is a Diaspora, specifically Germany. He is a journalist, so he's also on the committee.
Okay, so some folks are telling me it's still not clear. I'm hearing it clear on my end, so I am not sure what the problem is, why it's not coming across clearly, because I'm hearing it clearly I'm hearing it very clear in studio. So it must be my connection between the studio and the internet. But what I'll do, I'll try to see how I work on that. Yeah, it's distorted. Okay, yeah, I'm getting the messages. Cami, thank you so very much for the call in relation to that. Yeah, so I'm seeing the messages that it is not clear. Oh boy, this board is... My system is giving me problems. Yeah? But maybe another way that I would be able to... No, Antonito, it's not the levels on the mixer. I think there's another problem in relation to the board. Let me see if this is clear. Folks, let me know if the music is clear.
Oh Lord, put a hand, save us from Nazim and Tillman. We down on we knees, rescue us from MPC, please. I'm balling, 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 balling. They can take it again. Oh Lord, put a hand, save us from Nazim and Tillman. We down on we knees, rescue us from MPC, please. I'm balling, 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 balling. They can take it again.
Okay, then I think the problem is with the clip itself because folks are telling me that the music is clear. We have a call online. Good night. Hello.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, my dear.
I think the volume too loud.
Oh, the volume is most likely too loud. Okay, so let me try it one more time and see if I drop the volume, if that will make a difference.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Drop the volume. Just drop the volume 1.
Okay.
It's a little too high.
Yeah, so let me do that here and see if it works properly now.
Yeah, just drop the volume for that section.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
All right, great, thanks. All right, yeah, let me see if I can pull it up again and if I can have it clear this time. All right, yeah, let me see if I could get it clear this time. Because I want you all to hear what he said.
Cabinet, it includes Mr. Nazim Book, who's a former finance minister and minister for energy, so he's going to be the chair. We also have a number of other distinguished Canadians who are on the committee. Mr. Richard Duncan, former accountant general, former chief executive officer of Greater Cooperative Bank, and he's now an advisor to the government in the Ministry for Finance. We also have Mr. Raymond Nuss. Mr. Raymond Nuss is a Grenadian in the diaspora, specifically in Germany. He is a renowned geologist, so he's also on the committee. We have Mr. Rodney George. Mr. Rodney George is an electrical engineer by profession. He is currently chairman of GRENLEC as well as chairman of GIDC, and he's also an advisor to the government in the Ministry for Infrastructure as well as renewable energy. So we also have the Office of the Attorney General represented by the Solicitor General. That's the current composition. The wider committee also includes, has room for representatives from the renewable energy space as well as from social and civil society. The committee was set up because, as the truant speech indicated, we have not had any information whatsoever from anybody pertaining to Grenada's oil and gas. There's been no file left, no transition report submitted, and so we've been left on our own essentially to gather bits and pieces of information from every source. But we are committed to ensuring that we fully explore this issue and that we can come back and report to the public as to where we are. So the committee is now starting its work. Okay. In fact, we have a meeting scheduled promptly at 10 a.m. tomorrow with the representatives of GPG as an initial start. So I think after that meeting, it will give us an opportunity to assess, assuming it is a frank and productive meeting, to assess where we are and then be able to report back to the nation. But I think I want to emphasize here the utter disappointment, and that's probably a mild way of putting it, with the fact that something as important and as nationalistic in its ultimate impact on the country, and perhaps even the region, could have been operated and run in a secret society manner. That's as much as I would say at this point in time, because we cannot have a situation where important national assets or interests or points of interest simply, when a government changes, either disappears or is not made readily available. And as an incoming government, we should not have to be fighting to find out where the file is, to be conducting information on basic information. So that is part of the task, obviously, of the technical working group. I mean, they're going to be given the full authority, obviously, to hire consultants, lawyers, etc., to make sure that we can get to the bottom of this and that we can move this matter forward as quickly as we can.
All right, folks. So, yeah, I hope you all heard it clearly this time. I'm seeing the messages. Yes, it's much better and so on. But when you're listening there, you heard the Prime Minister say that the initial meeting with Global Petroleum, Now, these are the people that were actually doing the wells and this sort of thing. You're now meeting with them. You did not meet with them before because you're saying, well, we know there's lie, so me know if they meet with them before and he lying. But he's saying that this is the initial meeting that they're having with them. Yet still, you came out to the Grenadian people and you disrespected the Governor General by including in that speech that she had to deliver that you had no documentation and you did not. So if I am seeking, if I buy, let's say I have a specific brand of vehicle and there's an agent for that vehicle in Grenada and I'm looking for information in relation to that vehicle, who am I going to? The agent. So if you have somebody that's been doing the work, that's been doing all the seismic studies and all these sort of things, and been working with information that's there within the government service, according to one of our callers last night, since back in the early 1980s, how come you're coming to tell the Grenadian people you can't find information? We've got a call online.
Mr. Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Green man is here.
Listen now, if I wrong, correct me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember in between last year and this year, the Prime Minister said he have oil and gas in Grenada. And the media and the journalists asked him how he get it. He said he links people.
Yeah, but you see, I think most people are falling into the trap. The trap that has been set is to get people to believe that the NNP was lying and that there's no oil and gas. That is not what is being said. He didn't say that, but that is the inclination. For instance, GBN, and I blame them for putting out that story as though there's no oil and gas. That is not true.
I heard he say that. He say he have oil and gas in Grenada.
No, again,
but they asked him, where he say he have the links in collection.
You see, again, you're falling into the trap. The trap is to get people onto the discussion that it have no oil and gas. That's not the discussion. The discussion is, what he is claiming is that he doesn't have any information in relation to the oil and gas. So there is oil and gas, but he doesn't have the documentation in relation to it. And we're saying that that is not truthful.
Okay.
Yeah? We're saying that's not truthful. Not that it don't have oil and gas. Don't fall for what GBN obviously didn't pay attention.
I don't fall for that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you take care.
All right, my brother.
Later.
Right, great. Yeah, 440-7377. Let me see. Yes, I think I have a caller on the WhatsApp. Let me just make sure I can get the call on the WhatsApp. Yes, we have a caller online. Good night.
Sheldon, we're not hearing you on the TV, though.
You're not hearing me on the television?
No, like you load on something because we see the one over ahead.
Everything is normal in here, so I am not sure. Let me check the comments here and see if that is oh boy. I don't know if that might be something on your end. Yeah, I think that's on your end. Yeah, I think that one is on your end. Okay, brother. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I didn't touch in relation to my voice, I didn't touch that part of it at all. So I think that may be your device, caller. Just check it and hit me a message and let me know what's going on there. Right. Yeah. Somebody else is saying, yeah, they're seeing me fine. Yeah, everything is there. Right. Yeah. So I'm saying the story, and we have to understand something here. It's two different things. Saying something doesn't exist is not the same as saying that the information surrounding someone or something isn't there. Right? So what is being said is that the information that surrounds what is there, he's claiming, and untruthfully so, that they can't find it. If they really want to find it, they could find it. The public servants who were there, they're there still, you know. Yeah? They have had access to the emails of the different ministers since the 24th of June 2022, when they locked down gov.gd. So they locked down the email addresses of the different ministers. They couldn't get back in the email and that sort of thing. So they have access to all of the correspondence between the respective ministers and these organizations and so on in relation to that. So to give the impression that you don't know. Yeah, to give the impression that you don't know is something totally out of there. Anyway, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. It's now 24 minutes after you have 9 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. 440-7377. And for those of you outside of Grenada in North America, we say a special good evening to our listeners out there in Canada. Good evening to you, Patricia and Matthew. Hope that you all are having a wonderful evening this evening. And my good friend Ian, I hope you also, Ian, I here for a few days, man. What, me working late and thing? Oh. Good evening to you. And also a special good evening to all our listeners out there in the New York area. Yeah, those of you in Florida, whatever part of Florida, whatever part of New York. Those of you in Maryland, North Carolina, Arizona, California, we say a special good night to all of you. Those of you in Texas, you all even believe the amount of Grenadian it have in Texas. A special good night to all of you in Texas. Yeah, and all you know, around is a little later than this time last year, yeah. Was around late October or somewhere where they come out and they was throwing out the story about the Polish man. Yeah, when they go in towards budget and all kind of thing, they want to try and put people on the back foot, so they just come out with these different stories and all kind of thing. You understand? Yeah, that's what they're doing. So they come out to this one now. They can't find document. You can't find all you lie. Straight up. All you lie. You understand? L-I-E. All you lie. You understand? Yeah. In fact, all you lying so much, all you lie. 440-7377. Give us a call, yeah? My good friend Marie down there in town. I hope you're having a wonderful night tonight, my dear.
We down on we knees, rescue us from him.
Folks, remember to like and share, like and share.
Balling.
You're just meeting with the people in relation to the thing today, you know. But yesterday, you had speech coming out that you can't find nothing in relation to it. You ain't trying to meet with the people last year. You had half of the year last year, and you had the whole year this year so far to meet with GPG, to interact with them and find out what you didn't want to. You wanted to be able to come and say you can't find this and you can't find that, yeah? You remind me of my little son. Sometimes they ask him, you say, where are your shoes? I don't know. Did you look for it? No, Daddy. Well, how you gonna know you ain't look for it yet? You understand?
Save us from Nazi man till man. We down on we knees, rescue us from MDC, please. Balling.
Always with some kind of mamagism to try and tie up the Grenadian people head. But folks, don't lose track of the main things, you know, because they want us to be speaking about this particular issue. And they want us, and no, we have to respond in relation to it. So it's not a case where we'll just say, forget that, and don't respond to it. You must respond to it. Yeah, because these people are lying. So you must respond in relation to this. The Prime Minister of Grenada is lying. So we can't just let that escape like that. You have to respond. And then you have a set of people that don't even understand the issue of oil and gas, don't understand anything about it, don't even try to find out anything about it, but out there just repeating what he says, without even trying to find out, is this man talking the truth? Is he serious? Maybe the man making a joke. That had to be a prank. He can't be serious about that. But they just go out there repeating what he's saying just like that. Embarrassing themselves, because then when people who are armed with the information respond to them, they look small. And then they have to go on to the personal attack thing because they can't deal with the truth. All right? But they don't want you to focus on things like what is taking place with Kimpton Kawana property. Because according to Mr. Richard Duncan, at this point in time, right now, at this point in time, an assessment ought to be in process, taking place there, to repay the 214 investors. Now remember, the Prime Minister as well as the Attorney General came and distorted the truth to you last week. They gave the impression that all that has to be paid is 22 million US and case done, everything finished, that's the end of it. Yeah, when it came to the Kimpton Kawana, they don't want us to talk about that. They want us to focus on other things. So I'll continue to remind you about exactly what they don't want you to be reminded of. Yeah? So 214 individual investors into that project who they have said publicly, these people now have them on tape saying that they're going to give them back their money. Yeah? We've got a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You're live. Go right ahead.
All right. First of all, NDC, no damn conscience. The Prime Minister, LYE, he lied. And then play for them one of their own people music that they sing a couple of years ago when they say the oil boom in Grenada from Raymond Matthew the Beast. So tell the Prime Minister, listen back to that, or the people that are saying that there's no oil in Grenada or they can't find the document, tell them to listen to what Beast had said concerning that. And I want to go back to one thing. I like how you handled the caller last night. When you go low, you went high. And keep doing that.
All right,
and you're going to have them frustrated. The truth hurts.
Of course it does.
The truth.
You see, there has been a lot of, I used it last night. I spoke of post hoc ergo propter hoc. And it's an argument that you use in critical thinking. That some people tend to think that things happen because of them, not realizing that it's happening in spite of them. Yeah?
In spite of them.
And when it comes to this government, a lot of the things that we see happening are happening in spite of and not because of them. Yeah?
But it is history repeating itself. It's history repeating itself. And those people who can't see that, you know, when you have a horse race, you put blinders on a horse because you don't want it to stray. They're so focused on their party that is what is happening. They can't see the wrong, or they are too taken up to admit the wrong. And we had a discussion there, and I said to somebody, I said, you know something? Sheldon is the first person that if he's wrong will say, but listen, I was wrong. I said, but on Sheldon program, Sheldon gets his facts before he comes out and air anything. So there's really no need for him to come and apologize for anything. I said, other people just open their mouth and they say things because they get the medium. All right? Don't let nobody frustrate you, brother. You're doing a good job. You're keeping us in the diaspora informed of what is happening, despite what the detractors are trying to tell us. All right? And secondly, I want to know how I am going to get my T-shirt in New York, my Talking Points T-shirt. Who is the representative in New York?
Send me a WhatsApp on this same number that you've called, and I will WhatsApp you the number of the individual that you can contact there. And they're going faster, so I go WhatsApp you it before I leave.
Well, all right, but I'm going to WhatsApp you as soon as I'm done with you.
Yeah, WhatsApp me and I'll send you her number.
And good night to Sister Cammy.
Of course.
Your Jamaican friend in New York, say good night.
I find Cammy call and Cammy say she credit low.
She credit low?
Yeah. Somebody. We got to top up Cammy.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Okay, when I WhatsApp you, send me the link.
All right, my brother. No problem. All right.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside of the program. Yeah, 440-7377. Yeah, because like I was saying last night, some things happen. You see, me and this, leave me alone, Kamisha. This fly come inside here, just harassing man. Right. Yeah. No, what is thing doing inside here? Leave me. Yeah, right. Yeah, things happen. We're seeing several things happening here that the present administration is taking credit for. And they actually have very little, and in most instances, nothing to do with it. They just happen to be the government at the point in time. For instance, earlier this year, had we not explained to you what was taking place with the positive IMF report, many of you would have been left with the impression that it was a positive reflection on the NDC government because they sharpened their tools already, you know. Yeah, they was all ready to take all the credit for the positive report that came from the IMF. Until we explained to you that that IMF report was looking at what was done from the NNP budget of 2021 and implemented in 2022. And in fact, the negative parts that were referred to were actually things that were done by the NDC administration. If we didn't explain that to you, they were going to run with it and say, well, look, we do us. But no, it happened. The IMF report happened in spite of the NDC. The New National Party did a budget in 2021, November 2021, for January 1st to December 31st of 2022. When we see the IMF report next year, we'll see if this administration, let me just clear the box, if this administration has been achieving anything, because they're speaking about economic growth. Are you all seeing large numbers of people being able to get jobs? Are you seeing a plethora of businesses opening left, right, and center all over Grenada, new businesses and small and medium-sized businesses expanding and that sort of thing? You're not seeing that. We have a call online.
My friend, good night.
Good night to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm quite fine.
I find that you showing something there. You know me size, boy?
I am quite aware, sir.
If you know me size, I want one to wear.
I shall investigate and inquire.
Yeah, good. Listen, me. What I want to say is that I'm very glad to see that the Prime Minister is looking into this gas and this oil and gas business. You understand? To get facts and things because you see, you haven't got none. I'm glad to see that. I mean, that thing. But I hope the time will come when they will be finding out about his wrongdoing with Grenada and the Grenadian people. I hope he will stand up and face the facts and get all type of people to come and give evidence as to what went on. Because you can't expect to be doing bad and just want to throw it on other people and making false statements and so on. Because I heard about this thing long, I knew about it with this gas and oil business, who did that and who gave away this and what. I know everything about that. So then this thing has started happening since in the NDC time.
In relation to
the gas business.
No, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, remember they went down there and signed agreement with Trinidad.
Right, I was trying to say that. I knew about that too. So then, I don't know what they're investigating, and you're the type of people and them that is investigating, and the same set of people, some of them is involved in it, you know.
But here's the thing,
because they was in government.
You realize that they've not only formed that committee, but they've said that they're giving the committee powers to go and get to hire lawyers.
That's right.
Hire lawyers,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you might very well find the committee has spent a $15 or $20 million chasing down nothing.
Yeah. Well, remember they did that, some inquiry, remember? I think it was with the briefcase with Dr. Kid Mitchell, remember that? They got anything from it? And they spent a lot of money. I was wrong, you know. Remember that? I was wrong, you know. I was part and parcel of that, you know. So I just hope when the time comes and the person to take actions against them, they will stand up and remain in Grenada and face the music.
Of course.
Right. Have a nice evening.
All right, my brother.
Right, bye.
Nice. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And someone is asking an interesting question here. What's the budget of this committee? Because from some of what is being said, you're wondering if there is really a budget for that committee or if they're just allowed to spend the money. Because you're hearing that it said they can hire lawyers and so on and other people to get to the bottom of this thing. I mean, I don't know why they like to get to the bottom of thing, but anyhow, the Prime Minister and them, they're trying to get to the bottom. I don't know why. Anyway, 440-737, I ain't going down that road. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of Talking Points tonight. Yes, folks, I am getting your messages. I'm seeing, I will have to have someone in Canada to deal with that one. Some folks are asking in Canada about how they're going to get the T-shirts in Toronto. Don't worry, I'll hand you, Teresa. We'll make sure that we get it to you. We have someone in New York who is organizing. All right. And then myself and Mr. Nimrod Oliver down here, you could contact either or, and we go organize you. All right. Nice. Good. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. You know what? It's a long time I ain't play. And we've got a call online. Good night.
Good night, children.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, put order for 2 jersey, 2 green. Leave it by Kami for me, please.
Okay. But I'm not too sure who are leaving it for there, you know.
Anthony or Tony.
Tony.
Yeah. I know I go. She know me.
What size? What color? What size? What color?
Too large. Green.
Everybody wanted green, boy. What? Like I needed to get more green, man.
You know the wife want that green already. Green.
Okay, brother.
All right.
I'll organize you. All right. Blessings. All right. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. Hey. Yes, indeed. Watch. Oh, gosh. Listen. A lot of people have been calling and you have not been getting me and so on. It's not that I'm ignoring your calls, but for some reason people always call me when I'm on another call or when I'm doing something and I'm forgetting to call back. I'm not ignoring your calls because I listen to everybody. Everybody that calls me, I listen to you and so on. And we try to work on what you're speaking about. In fact, there are quite a few things that we have to speak on in relation to healthcare coming up, Yeah, we can't leave that issue alone. There are quite a few things in relation to healthcare that we have to speak about coming up very soon. We've got a call online. Good night.
Hi, Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Good night. Me and Bull need a jersey too, you know.
Okay, my dear. Bull, behave yourself in the background there. Miss, what size? Tell me what size you need.
A large. A large. What you want? An extra large? 2 extra large.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, my dear. All your message the number and leave your message there. WhatsApp me and leave the thing there and I'll go organize all you.
All right.
All right. Okay, my dear.
Okay.
Bull. I could hear my good partner Bull in the background. But folks, don't allow them to distract you. This government is trying all sorts of tactics to distract you from different things. So they don't want you asking questions. Remember, just last week we were speaking about the fact that several of the people who are involved in making the decision to pay off the company were involved in companies that were involved with the company. Yeah? We have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello? Okay, we lost that caller. Yeah. So you have Mr. Henry Joseph, accountant. And guess who he was doing accounts for? Same company. Yeah? No, I'm not saying that he was doing anything corrupt. What I'm saying is that the appearance doesn't smell right, doesn't look right. Yeah? You have Mr. Richard Duncan. Yeah? His bank were the bankers of that company that receiving 22 million US from the government of Grenada based on his and the committee recommendation that includes the accountant for the same company. Yeah? It doesn't look right. Okay, we lost that call. Yeah, it does not look right. Yeah? So I'm making some fair comments in relation to this. It does not look right. And we definitely need some answers. Because the impression that we were being given by the present administration is that it's only 22 million USA paying. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Call it out for what it is. Anytime they say 22 million, tell them that is not the only thing that they pay. They lie. Because you still have to talk about the money that they're paying otherwise. Yeah? So it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Okay, I lost that call. I'm not sure what's happening with the phone lines. But I lost that other call. All right. Let me see if I can get this caller on the WhatsApp. Yeah, so folks, just message me on the WhatsApp. Let me know, and I'll organize to get the T-shirts to you. We have a call online. Good night.
Hey, Brother Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
What's the jersey you have?
We go talk that one off air. I think I have double X. I have to go through the bag and see what's there.
Okay,
yeah, because I kind of got it as soon as I got to the studio. It was outside waiting for me, so you understand.
And what the price of one?
$40.
Okay, I want one. But I will call it tomorrow, please, God, and then we'll talk about it more.
Okay, no problem, my brother. All right, great, thanks. Yeah. Right, 4407377. That's the number for you to call and to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yes, indeed. Right? Yeah. So they don't want you to be speaking about these things. They don't want you to be speaking about the issue of what is taking place there. You heard it. I heard it. We all heard the allegations that the National Democratic Congress of Grenada, I want to say it clear because I want them to challenge me. We all heard that the National Democratic Congress of Grenada, the allegation was that they received money. That allegation was out there in the public. It was being floated left, right, and center in the public. Yeah? That Mr. Newfield and or other persons involved with True Blue Bay Development had funded the election campaign of the NDC. We heard that out there. That was an allegation that was being made around the state of Grenada. Hence the question that was asked by Ms. Kalisha Faria of the Prime Minister in relation to campaign funding and CBI companies. We've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night. Mr. Sheldon,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, I hear about Josie. I want a Josie too, you know. I don't have no problem paying for it, but I want Josie too.
Yes, Green Man. I'll go organize you.
All right, okay, good. All right, later.
All right, brother. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we heard those allegations out there, right? So if it was a case, and we're asking some questions here, if it indeed was a case that the NDC campaign was funded in part, we don't know if it's in whole or in part, by Mr. Newfield and or agents of True Blue Development, either directly or indirectly, if that is true, and they did fund, then something would definitely be wrong for them having funded a party. The party came into office. The party then does not offer any further challenge to litigation that's brought against the government of Grenada because they are now the government of Grenada, and then decides that they're going to pay that company 22 million US. And on litigation that the government of Grenada definitely would have won. they would have won it. Yeah, they would not have lost. The facts bear themselves out. So the government of Grenada would not have lost that case. Yeah? But instead of that, no, you decide, no, we're going to drop it. And then remember, an individual who is working for that company, employed by the same company, is sitting on the board of directors of Grenada's CBI program. How much more clear can it be? We've got a call online. Good night.
Good night again, Mr. Scott.
Hi.
I hear about this jersey, then I want a green too. What the price of the jersey?
$40, sir.
Hey, but give me jersey now. Send me jersey for me, please.
We
Want me with me jersey?
We go organize, my brother.
Right, so just ask for the Barbadian.
Okay, bro.
Right?
No
Want me
problem.
jersey.
All right.
And I don't want no other color than green. No other color.
But everybody when you're on the green, so all you want the blue, all you want the Lord. All right.
We
Okay,
go in
Papa.
green.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, great.
Have a good day.
You see me next time, I go pull them t-shirts and them at the end of the program, because you see what happened now, the program starts to turn in relation to I want a t-shirt program. Nice. All right, nice. Okay, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Martin, good night to you, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. All right, nice. Good. Yes, indeed, folks. So, yeah. How much more clear can it be that there are definitely, according to what is in the act itself that points to conflicts of interest, the Integrity in Public Life Act, that we are seeing definite, not perceived or maybe, we're seeing conflicts of interest, especially when it comes to this particular issue. We've got a call online. Good night. Hello? Hello. Yes, good night.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night.
Hi.
Hi. One thing, pass my jersey for me, please.
I'm not sure who I'm speaking to yet. I didn't make out the voice yet.
Sancho, one king.
Hey?
One king, Pascal.
Oh, one king. Okay, all right. I'll go under you.
I want a color red and a medium.
Okay, my dear. Nimrod and Nursey, let's see what the problem I'll put me into.
Yeah, leave it by coming for me. I will collect it.
Okay, all right. No problem.
Right.
All
Good
right,
night.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to make jersey for Xavier and them, eh?
Zayla and Xavier and them?
You have to make 3 little jersey.
Okay, my dear.
Right. Okay. Good night.
Xavier is so small too. Oh gosh, Papa God. Yeah. Yeah, folks. So do not lose track of the issues. Do not allow them to push your mind in another direction. Don't allow them to do that. They're going to continue to throw these red herrings out every now and again and expect to have you discussing that instead of discussing the main issues that are affecting you as the Grenadian people.
Hey, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, green jersey, want it?
Okay, my dear.
And you could by call me when you think that I'll call you, so I'll call you. Keep only the money there with you for it.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my dear. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And folks, it would not be left tomorrow. I've got some stuff to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to get the t-shirts to Cammy tomorrow. So probably from Friday, and I'll speak with Cammy. And so, yeah, because I can't just come and jam up everything in Cammy Place. Cammy Place is not mine, you know? So I have to be careful, all right? So it would not be there tomorrow. Those of you that have said that I would bring it to town and so on, not tomorrow, but let's look at Friday, okay? Great. 440, let me just want to make sure that you all know, so you won't go harassing Cammy tomorrow and asking her, did he leave it yet? No. On Friday, all right? So 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. We just have a few minutes remaining, actually, on tonight's program. Yeah, I finally got rid of my guest I had inside here with me tonight. Yeah, I finally got rid of them. Yeah, I think I get rid of them there. Nice. Yeah, you know, I had a guest in studio with me tonight. Yeah, they keep trying to come on the mic and come on me and all kind of thing. But I think we got rid of them tonight. That's what happens when you leave the door open. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. I think we've got enough time. We could probably take one more call. We could probably take one more call in relation to the issues that we have raised tonight. You know, one other thing I want to mention quickly before we end tonight. In the throne speech and followed up by the interview that the Prime Minister did, he did mention the issue of CCTVs, the closed circuit televisions that government already has in their possession, and they're seeking where to put them up around the country. So you know the macro cameras, yeah, where they can put them up around the country so that if a crime takes place or they're searching for someone who's missing or so on, they may be able to pinpoint, well, that person passed by this area at that time, or they may be able to have footage of a crime in action and so on. And one thing I found interesting, the Prime Minister was saying that they now have to bring legislation to Parliament in order to legalize being able to use that footage in court. Let me say to the Prime Minister that has been legalized since the year 2013. Yeah? There has been the e-grip suite of legislation. E-grip suite of legislation. That included things like the Electronic Crimes Act. You remember the Electronic Crimes Act and all the confusion they were making in relation to it and saying that, oh, you're criminalizing this and that sort of thing. So you have the Electronic Crimes Act, right? When that was being done, there was also a law that was brought into place that legalized evidence, electronic evidence. I remember clearly because I was one of the people that spoke on that in the Senate at that point in time, back in 2013, I believe it was, 2013, 2014. Yeah? So there's the Electronic Evidence Act. So you don't need to go and pass any act now. If you want to withdraw what is there and place a totally new act, that's one thing. But there's already an act in Parliament here in Grenada where you can utilize electronic evidence. So evidence you gather off of someone's computer or using the same CCTV cameras and so on. Yeah, the closed circuit television, right, the cameras. There's already an act in place for that. So maybe the Prime Minister, who happens to be a lawyer, isn't aware that there's already an Electronic Crimes Act in place. It was part of the e-grip suite of legislation that was passed. That legislation allowed for people, for instance, to sign documents electronically. You didn't have to sign documents like physically. You could sign, well, when I say physically, you could sign a document online and that was considered to be a legal document and that sort of thing. Before that was passed, you could not do that. All right? So I saw him speaking about, I just noted it as one of the things that I found sort of strange, that he was saying that he had to bring legislation to do something that there has been legislation in place 10 years now to do. Yeah? So because we're in 2023 now, so that was 10 years ago, that legislation has been in place. And no, my friend has returned. I don't know if you want to say good night to you all, but it's returned to the studio. So that legislation has been in place 10 years now. Yeah? So that's the Electronic Evidence Act. There is an act in place for that already. So I don't know if he's meaning that they're going to amend it, that they're going to repeal it and place another one in its stead. I don't know if that's what they're aiming at. But just to let them know, there's already an act. Yeah? And I'm sure the legal drafters, the Attorney General should know better. The legal drafters could tell you that there is already an act in place that deals with that particular issue. Yeah? So, folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you and, of course, being able to interact with you. All right? Yeah, and I think there's going to be a breakfast sale tomorrow on Paradise Beach in Carriacou. Yeah, so there is yeah, nearly got it. Yeah, the Carriacou and Petit Martinique NNP branch, they're having a breakfast sale tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. That's down on Paradise Beach. So those of you in Carriacou, and even if you're in Petit Martinique, and you could run down. I know some of the fellas that jump a speedboat and head down. Yeah, pass in there for that particular one. Folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. It's been wonderful being here. Whatever you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am heading out. Send your messages we will respond. All right, I am out.
What's this voice I hear of people in despair, wanting me to sing about their suffering? People struggling, a struggler like me. And those who need to hear, how much do they care when they driving past those windows tinted glass? They look out, but they refuse to see. I continue to be indebted. Your desire, my command. But can a government be impacted by a mere Calypsonian? The one their Calypso king to be a liberator. Alright, alright, alright. Give me melody and words and a voice and I will go there. But left to me alone, I would not dare. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The pleasures of life are all I've been living for. But you want a bold singer, hide his own shame, face a leader and call corruption by its name. Even though I may be guilty too, send me, look me, send me, send me. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Why is the silence of the church so loud? And all the pillars of society, they are partial in their judgment. They never chastise your government. They talk of Jesus like it's history. I have never been one to stand up and speak against wrong, expose myself to political victimization. But the one they Calypso king to be a liberator. Alright, alright, alright. Give me melody and words and a voice and I will go there. Left to me alone, I would not dare. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The pleasures of life are all that I'm living for. But you want a bold-faced singer? Tell pastor and priest, yes, wrong. No practice what you preach, even though